Welcome to the channel. I thought I'd do a quick video introducing a few network and computer implants. So if you're on an engagement and you're looking for some tools that you can deploy that might give you sort of remote access or additional information about a specific machine or a user, you can deploy some of these tools. I'm not going to go in too much depth on any of them because there's stacks of videos of people going into a huge amount of depth. I really just wanted to introduce a few tools that you may or may not have come across before. You may be already very familiar with. So the first one I'm going to introduce is the land turtle from Hack 5. Now the land turtle has been around for a good few years now. It provides stealth remote access via SSH, or at least that's the way I use it. It provides man-in-the-middle capabilities, allowing you to sniff network traffic and poison DNS requests, as well as a swathe of other features. As I say, I mainly use the SSH, it's called Auto SSH feature. Now, Darren Kitchen at Hack 5 has done a great video some years ago now on setting up the Auto SSH feature, and it runs pretty solidly. I've got a really basic cloud server set up, which costs me around £7 a month to run. This then will give me Nmap access via the LAN turtle inside the target network by SSHing into the server and then connecting to the LAN turtle. There's way more it can do than I've used it for. I've not fully utilised it to its full capabilities yet. I say yet, I've had it for years now, and I've still only really used Auto SSH. But it does have a stack of other modules you can install. I've got the very first version, and the newer version, the LAN Turtle SD, which has got increased storage capabilities. But actually, to be fair, I've always just found the first version to be more than adequate for doing the Auto SSH feature. Really discreet. Yeah, this is the one I've got set up with Auto SSH just to remind me. Really discreet. It just looks like a network adapter, and I think 9 times out of 10 a normal computer user is not going to notice this plugged into the back of their machine. So you can plug it in the back of their machine, plug their network cable back in. They carry on getting network access. They don't lose internet access or anything, but everything they do will go through the LAN turtle. You can also power it off of any USB power source and just plug a network cable into the back of it, which will still give you the same level of access. You just don't pick up any of the traffic going through it. So yeah, that's the first one. Really solid bit of kit. I enjoy using the LAN turtle. Sometimes you do find the SSH traffic gets blocked, but on smaller networks with less countermeasures, it's often allowed through. But obviously in some of the bigger networks, they are going to spot random SSH traffic potentially. But yeah, that's the LAN turtle. Next one I'm going to show you is the another. Well, actually, all of these today are actually bits of Hack 5 kit. It's the screen grab. Now this gets installed between the end user's computer or the whatever system it's is generating the video image and the screen. So everything that goes to the screen can be captured. It'll store it on a micro SD card that can be plugged in. Now the SD card I think can go up to about 2 terabytes, so you've got quite a substantial scope for storage there. I've not got any micro SD cards that are 2 terabytes, but yeah, apparently it can take up to that size. So it will save the captures to the SD card, which you can retrieve at a later date, or you can connect it to a C2 server, so you can actually view a live stream of the screen. So it will connect to a wireless network, and then it will stream whatever video is being put out to the monitor. It'll live stream it to the C2 server. Now I've never set it up like that. I've only ever used the SD card and then retrieved it later. but you can set it up with the C2 server for live streaming, which is probably pretty sleek. But as I say, I've not really used it in that way. Yeah, it's heavier than you expect it to be. It's got quite a good weight to it. It's a solid metal body. And as I say, you plug in the cable that comes from the PC or whatever it is that's presenting to the screen, and you plug that into the screen so the end user doesn't notice anything. It powers via USB-C. You can actually power this off the screen USB if it's got USBs on them. Tends to be powerful enough to be able to power the screen grab. But if not, you can run it off a power bank, but it will make it more obvious that it's there. So yes, that's the screen grab from Hack 5. Next one I've got is a key crock. It's like a supercharged keylogger, equipped with pen testing tools, remote access capabilities, and payloads that launch a variety of attacks when specific keywords are detected. It's essentially the ultimate keylogging pen testing tool to give you more than just silently recording keystrokes. It will actually allow you to stream the keystrokes again to a C2 server, which I've never actually done. Again, I've only ever used its onboard storage capability, but you can stream the keystrokes to a C2 server. But you can also have it activate certain payloads when certain keystrokes are typed in. It can be set up to mimic trusted devices such as storage devices, keyboards, Ethernet connections, and you can also have it inject keystrokes. So if a certain combination of words is detected, it'll actually change those words and inject something different into whatever's being typed. So you can use it to capture credentials and siphon off sensitive information. And pretty much from anywhere. If you use the C2 capability, you can do that from anywhere. But if not, you'll have to again retrieve it later, grab the loot from it. But yeah, so it's a keylogger on steroids, is the best way to see it. And the last one I've got for you is the packet squirrel. I have to label it because I can never remember which side goes in where. Now, Packet Squirrel is a network security tool used for intercepting and manipulating network traffic. It captures, filters, and logs network data, executes custom actions based on triggers, and can perform man-in-the-middle attacks for security testing and analysis. It's a versatile tool for network assessment and troubleshooting. I've only ever really used it for capturing traffic PCAP files. So it's again not a tool that I fully utilised, but it's really good at just capturing a quick bit of traffic from a cable or a switch somewhere, and yeah, that's really the way I've used it most, is to capture PCAP files for analysis later on. By the way, if you're looking for a tool to quickly review PCAP files, then give Network Miner a look. It's a free utility that will provide a quick raft of information from PCAPs. They're not always the easiest thing to go through necessarily. So yeah, Network Miner just makes that job a little bit easier. Hopefully I've introduced some tools to you that you maybe weren't familiar with before, but if not, then hopefully you've obtained some piece of information you didn't have previously. But I'm open to any questions you might have, and I may well go into these tools in more detail individually at a later date if I think there's an area not been covered clearly enough, well enough, or if anyone's got any specific questions they can't find an answer to, I'm happy to do a bit of digging and give you those answers. So thanks for watching.